Today I am in National Park right in the center of San Jose, and I'm actually going somewhere new today, and I am looking for a bus terminal, and let's see how that goes. A lot of unknown factors. Well, I found the bus terminal, and this might be the bus I'm getting on. More as I go. Right now I have a bus to catch. For a while, and there is a lot of hills and a lot to see, and this bus is doing its work. I just got off this bus. I'm in Turrialba, and I have to figure out how to get out of here. Then we'll see the city in that direction, or some direction. So when I looked it up, it said there it was about 70 minutes from San Jose to here. Took at the end more than 2 hours. Part of that was difficulty going through the San Jose to Cartago, but then after that there was a lot of hills. So even with perfect performance, it was quite a ride, and hopefully some of the clips I showed demonstrate that. And kind of hard to sum up 2 hours, but a lot of up and down and side to side, and a lot of very beautiful scenery. But now let's see what's in Turrialba. One thing that is immediately apparent to me is I believe the elevation here is a lot lower. We went up some mountains and then we went down, and we're still pretty high up. We're at like 2,000 feet. But here in the tropics, I can feel the air, I can feel the humidity. Not as bad as in some places, but a little bit more effort than Paraiso, where we passed through on the way here. Well, this is certainly a debate I've had before. One of the reasons I got banned from something awful. Authentically rural. And that was actually interesting, because I was thinking this is a little bit bigger than I thought it was. I might have had more fun if I would have stopped at some of the little towns in between. Otherwise, we have what we usually have. We have a park with a kiosk, and then on the other side we have a church. And I don't really know what I'm going to see here, and I have about 90 minutes. Because the trip was longer, I have to get back, and I will still be getting back at dark. But let's head this way. Well, the streets are busy. This is a Friday afternoon, so things might be more busy and energetic than they would normally be. And I think I know what I'm looking for, but I don't know. I'm just kind of walking down the street. Another thing to point out is that that road that I came over from Cartago and Paraiso, and I think might actually be this road right here, is one of the two roads that leads east out of San Jose in the Central Valley to Limon and the Atlantic province of Limon. And so you can see the transportation is a little bit hard because like that one lane, what looks like a one lane, or two lane country road, there's a river there, is one of the main pieces of infrastructure for transporting people across the country. So I just went a couple of blocks out of the center of town, and as often the case, things have quieted down a little bit, and I'm just going to keep walking. Ahead you can see a McDonald's, so there might be like a more strip mall part of the town ahead there. I guess I'll find out. So I don't know if this is a path or if this is just a path. Like a lot of times I've commented, like you'll be going through something that's nice infrastructure, and the next minute it disappears in a parking lot. I also don't know if I'm in the center of town or out of the center of town, or if there's more than one center of the town. It's just stuff I walk around to find out. There's the county courthouse, so to speak. Turrialba has about 75,000 people. There was a sign to that effect on the way out, or the way in. And we're still in Cartago province, but I think this is one of the main administrative centers for all the little towns we've passed through, and all the towns before we get to Limon province, which is in that direction. And here is where the sidewalk ends, and that's not always a sign of anything here, and I could continue that way, but I think I do want to turn around. Well, one thing I was looking for in this city is the antique rail station, and this is on the University of Costa Rica campus, and I don't know if that's supposed to be a rail station, but there's a antique piece of machinery, and it looks like it's some type of either construction machinery for tracks, or that's some type of mining machinery that went on tracks. I am not sure about that. That is interesting. So I'm going to go back this way, and I'm going to go to that direction. Then I'm going to go back to the center of town and go in that direction. And I'm also going to see if I can see any of the river. I wanted to go this direction. This just looks like a typical residential neighborhood. So I think I want to turn around and go somewhere else. So on the way down, I walked right by this, it seems. You can see that we have a walkway and a pedestrian bridge. Looks like maybe on the other side a more restful terrain. So let's see what's there. So below we have the Turrialba. I believe that's the Rio Turrialba. And you can see it's more natural. Actually, it's really beautiful. No access though. And that might just be due to agencies. Might also be due to crocodiles. I don't know. Haven't even seen any lizards here, so I don't know if this is really crocodile territory. So I'm back more or less in the center of town, and I'm just looking around. A lot of stuff I've seen before. So before, when I said I was crossing the Turrialba, I was almost certainly wrong, because this looks like the Turrialba. And that looks like a volcanic river if I've ever seen one. That looks like parts of the Sandy. Over there, that also looks like that's an old railroad bridge. Guess we'll find out. Well, these are definitely railroad tracks, and they are definitely not in use. But that was a railroad bridge, and these are the railroad tracks, and if we cover this distance, we will probably see the railroad station, which is one of the goals of being here. Like I said, it's been a while. And these railroad tracks went to Limon. They went between San Jose and Limon as far as I knew. Right now, I hope this is a public trail and I'm supposed to be here. Well, apparently here and here we have some type of railroad infrastructure, so I am so close to where the tracks are. When this reaches a road, if I don't see anything obvious, I'm going to turn around, because the antique rail station of Turrialba might not exist at all anymore. So, as I mentioned before, there is a frame rule question here. The buses leave the station every hour, and the next one is at 4 in about half an hour. And we're getting kind of to the point where it'd be kind of hard to rush back in that time. And if then the next one leaves at 5, which isn't too much of a problem, but it means that it will be dark, getting dark pretty quickly there. On the other hand, When's the next time I'm going to be in Turrialba, Costa Rica, walking down a trail? Might be a while. Well, we've come to the end of the line. And there's nothing there, so I am going to continue back this way. And you might notice something I didn't notice before on the way there. But even lack of evidence shows how long it's been since there was effective trains here. Well, if nothing else, it feels good to get out of San Jose and to walk along a country trail, although obviously you can see this is pretty scrappy, so this is not like a beautiful natural experience, but it is pretty nice. I'm having fun today. There's also cars driving across the railroad bridge, which makes me nervous. So the tracks actually went to this building, so that this building might not have been the station, but it might have been one of the workshops. Can't really see much of it now. I am not sure about that. And we can see the tracks continuing this way. Incidentally, it's 20 minutes before the bus leaves, which certainly gives me time unless it's sold out. And we have some type of fierce jungle panther stalking prey. I'll be very careful. Oh, you know what this looks like right here? We'll find out, but this does look like something. After doing all that walking, I think that is the antique train station, and now it's turned into a fashionable eatery. There is a less than usual sight. That is a turkey vulture, as far as I can tell, which I see all the time, but usually I see them from below. She's just here by the side of the river. I'm back in the terminal of buses. Got here a couple of minutes late to take the 4 o'clock, so I'm going to take the 5 o'clock. Until then, I'm going to walk around just a little bit, and then I'm going to go back to the station and wait, because I've had my fill of adventure for the day. There's a lot of pedestrian bridges in this city, which actually makes it difficult, because usually that's so unique you remember where it is, but I've crossed so many I don't remember where they all are or where I am. So one thing about this city, probably not on a list of tourist cities of Costa Rica, and that's why I'm here. I mean, the internet doesn't need another video of La Fortuna, although I might end up making one. So this is just like a medium-sized city, a little bit bigger than San Ramon, but more remote. Kind of hard to access, but pretty big city in its own right, and it gives me more of a sense of what it's like, you know, to live in Costa Rica outside of San Jose, the good and the bad. You know, one of the reasons I took it is this is one of the larger cities that you can take an easy day trip out of, though not as easy as I thought, a bit further than it was on the map. And there's a lot of little places like that, and I'm just going to them in turn, and I have considered like taking a larger overnight trip where I, you know, take a ferry or something, but so far I'm just having fun going to places like this, and hopefully it's informative and educational. What does the rest of Costa Rica look like? Then the only other thing to say, and then I'll put my camera down, is obviously this trip has a lot of pieces. Don't know if I showed what was most relevant, but I showed what caught my eye. Hopefully the viewer can get something out of it, even though I know I jumped around, like a lot of footage of the trip here, then looking for the railroad station, then random street scenes. Hopefully there's something to gain from it. I just got off that bus. Inner city buses here, you can get off at a stop like a normal city bus. And it's 7 o'clock at night. It's dark out. So once again, just as an addendum or epilogue, I'm by Plaza Kennedy. Just have to walk a couple blocks, walk 10-15 minutes home. A lot to see in Costa Rica, and right now I'm still taking day trips. But there's a lot of places to see, and they're not all super convenient, but they are worth it. And I hope this was a good trip, and I can't think of anything else to say right now, and I think this might be my third epilogue, so I'm going to put the camera down.